Of all things, there was just one belief that I had to have to go from 0 to reaching the top 5% in income in a very short period of time. And it's the same belief that I have to reach the 1% in a very, even shorter period of time. And I'm about to tell you what that belief is, why it's grounded in neuroscience, why it aligns to manifestation, and how it will help you manifest the wealth that you desire much quicker than everything else that's out there. My name is Giselle Baumet. I have a background in applied neuroscience at the master's level. I'm also a hypnotherapist. I work every single day with women entrepreneurs. I help them to open up to abundance by removing the blocks that prevent it. I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever had the experience, and I particularly speak to women entrepreneurs, so I'm speaking to you. Have you had the experience where you're about to launch a new offer, or you're raising your prices, or you're presenting in front of a group, you're making an important business decision, and during that time, you also experience fears? Will it work? Doubts, will they buy it? Anxiety, I'm nervous, am I going to do well? Let me know if that has ever happened to you, and the chances are that it has. Your desire is consistency in overflow. So yeah, let me know if that is you. Because if it is, you've probably also felt like there was something missing in you. Maybe you weren't ready yet. Maybe you weren't ready. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe it was the wrong niche. You picked the wrong niche. Maybe that was it. Maybe you just didn't have the right business strategy. Like, you'll have all the reasons why whatever it was didn't create that consistent overflow, or why you were feeling those anxiety, the nerves, the fears, or the doubts, or the frustration, because maybe you've even hit an income ceiling. You probably reflected it back to yourself. There's something else that I need to do to like change within me. It's me. Okay, let's get to the belief. Let's get to the belief. Because here's the thing. It wasn't you. Not in the way you think it was. You simply just reached the edge. You just reached the edge. And that's the feeling of the edge. Here's what I mean. You were at the edge of your new identity. Okay? The edge between your current identity and your new identity. When you're at the edge, everything you felt is normal. Now let me break it down even more. This is important. Neuroscience shows when you try to leave your familiarity is your current identity. Your current identity created your current reality. So when you try to leave that, it doesn't matter if it's going for better, your brain will see that as a threat. In fact, your brain's self-referential network is going to light up whenever you try to do that. The amygdala is going to detect danger and respond accordingly. And then your body is going to lock it all down. Okay, discomfort in your gut, tightness in your chest, the anxiety that you feel. That also includes, by the way, overthinking, over planning, procrastination. All that means is your nervous system saying, wait, this doesn't match who we are, because your brain has signaled it as a threat. So that discomfort that you're feeling, my love, is the edge. You are supposed to feel discomfort. That's actually when your neural pathways are opening up to a change. You're in a prediction error state. Your brain is in the beginning process of updating the identity, updating the model. What made the change for me was meeting the edge, so being at the edge with the right belief. What was the right belief? The only belief, the one and only belief that I've ever had to have to be able to change my identity, to go from 0 to entering the 5% of income, and doing that, by the way, in a very short period of time, and now in an even shorter period of time, entering the 1%, becoming that woman. Okay, the one and only belief was that. So if I'm shifting my identity, I am expecting discomfort, I'm expecting fear, I'm expecting doubts, I'm expecting anxiety, I'm expecting that I might start to overthink, I'm expecting that I might procrastinate, put things off, because literally procrastination is just avoiding the discomfort. That's all that is. I'm expecting that. I look for that because I know, as an expert in neuroscience, that my familiarity is my current identity. My current identity is my current reality. So it likes comfort zone. It likes that familiarity. So therefore, I must have periods of discomfort in order to shift over. Then I know I'm at the edge. I have introduced a new identity that my brain is seeing as a threat. I'm in the right path. I take that as a sign of me being in the right direction to change my identity. So I expect that. I cannot stress the words expect that. Now that's only just part one, right? I have to have that belief. What I do with that belief is what makes all the difference. I must act regardless. Every leap, every time that I've skipped timelines, that's something that normally would take somebody 5-7 years to achieve, I've done in a very short period of time, skipping timelines. Every time I have done that, I acted, meaning I took action with the discomfort, with the fear, with the doubts, through the overthinking, regardless. I did the thing that I did not want to do. I did the thing that I was doubting on. I did that. I took action when I didn't feel ready. The danger that you will put yourself in essentially keeping your self identity as it is, not creating a new reality, is when you say to yourself things like, I'm not ready yet. I want it, but I don't know if it's the right time. I want that, but I think I need to first do this and that. I just need to make some more tweaks and then I'll be ready to launch. I'm still figuring it out. And it's been like 6 months. I tried that, but I don't think that I was in the right direction. I picked the wrong niche. I think I had the wrong strategy, and you pulled away. You're trying something else now. All of those things are you not wanting to leave your familiarity. And that act, because that's also an action, is choosing this identity in the process, is what has kept you from that reality of money overflow and consistency. Is all the ways that you justify not moving past the edge. What takes you off the edge, gets you to the other side, is doing it when you don't feel ready, not waiting for the right time, doing it even with the fear, doing it with the doubts, doing it throughout the discomfort. Because you need to create a prediction error. You have to show your brain, I took a different action and I was still okay. I'm not actually in danger. I was still okay. It's gonna be good. Now, it does not mean that every action you take without being ready or with the doubts is gonna be highly successful. So what? Whoever told you that growth means every action creates success? It's a learning opportunity. This happened. Now I will make another decision. It's a continuing becoming process because every step that you're taking builds that new identity. So the belief is, I expect that. And in fact, if I'm not running into some discomfort or something that feels like a challenge for me, then that's actually the bad thing. That's the thing that tells me, where am I staying in my comfort zone? Where am I choosing familiarity and saying I'll do it later? Not right now. I got a lot going on. I need to you know what? At this time is when I'll do it. I question that. I look at that because growth requires discomfort. Moving to your new reality is changing your identity. And changing your identity is not always comfortable. In fact, there will be discomfort. Get to the edge and then keep going. Get to the edge and keep going. The other side is where everything you desire lives. And you deserve that because you are majestic. You're so much more powerful than you realize. And I cannot wait for you to realize it.